Marunu's village. 1932.
In the great village of Marangu, surrounded by golden plains and whispering acacia trees, there lived two sisters, Zola and Naya. Zola, the elder, was loved by all. She was as beautiful as the morning sun, her voice as sweet as birdsong. But beyond her beauty, she was kind, generous, and wise. Wherever she went, she spread joy, helping the elderly, playing with children, and sharing stories by the fire. Naya, the younger sister, was different. Though she was just as beautiful, her heart was filled with darkness. She was envious of Zola's charm, of the love the village had for her. Each compliment Zola received burned Naya like fire. She longed for that admiration, but her heart was too bitter to inspire love. As the years passed, Naya's jealousy grew into something dangerous. She no longer simply envied Zola, she hated her. And she was willing to do anything to take what belonged to her sister. One day, a great warrior named Omori arrived in Marangu. He was strong and noble, with eyes sharp as an eagle's and a heart brave as a lion's. He had traveled across many lands in search of a wife, and when he saw Zola, he knew she was the one. He went to the sister's father, Chief Baruti, and declared his intentions. "I wish to marry your daughter, Zola," Omori said. "She is the light of this village, and I would be honored to make her my wife." The village rejoiced at the news, but in the shadows, Naya seethed with rage. She had desired Omori from the moment she saw him. She believed that she, not Zola, deserved to be his wife. That night, as the village celebrated the upcoming union, Naya slipped away into the dark forest. There, deep in the shadows, lived Mama Zubri, an old witch who was said to hold powers beyond human understanding. Naya approached the witch's hut, her heart pounding. The air was thick with the scent of strange herbs and burning incense. From the darkness, Mama Zubri's voice slithered like a snake. "You come with jealousy in your heart, child," the old woman said, her eyes glowing in the dim light. "I want Zola gone," Naya hissed. "She takes everything from me. I want Omori to be mine." Mama Zubri let out a dry laugh. "Oh, jealousy is a dangerous thing. But I can grant your wish for a price." "I will give anything," Naya said desperately. The witch smiled and handed her a small vial filled with a dark, shimmering liquid. "This is the essence of shadows. Pour it into your sister's drink, and by morning, she will be forgotten by all who love her. Even Omori will no longer remember her name." Naya took the vial, her hands trembling. As she left the witch's hut, a warning echoed behind her. "But beware, child, dark magic always comes at a cost." That night, as the village feasted, Naya poured the potion into Zola's calabash of honeyed milk. Unaware of her sister's betrayal, Zola drank deeply. The change was slow at first. Her eyes fluttered, her limbs grew heavy, and then, without a word, she collapsed to the ground. The villagers gasped, rushing to her side, but by the time they reached her, she had disappeared. Vanished. The next morning, when the village awoke, no one remembered Zola. Her name had been wiped from their minds as if she had never existed. Naya smiled in triumph. Omori, now unaware of his love for Zola, looked at Naya as if seeing her for the first time. A week later, he asked for her hand in marriage, and Naya became his wife. For a while, Naya was happy. She had taken Zola's place. She was the wife of a great warrior, and the village now looked upon her with admiration. But then, the whispers began. At night, Naya heard a voice calling her name from the wind. "Naya, you cannot hide from me." The voice was soft at first, like the rustling of leaves, but each night it grew stronger. Shadows moved where none should be. The fire in her hut burned blue. Omori began to grow cold toward her, his love fading like mist in the morning sun. One evening, as Naya sat brushing her hair, she looked into the mirror and gasped. Zola's reflection stared back at her. Her sister's eyes, once filled with kindness, now burned with an eerie glow. Her lips did not move, but Naya heard her voice clearly. "You stole my life, sister, but you cannot steal fate." Naya screamed and smashed the mirror, but the whispers did not stop. Naya ran to Mama Zubri, desperate for help. "You did this to me," she accused. The old witch only shook her head. "No, child. You did this to yourself. You disturbed the balance. Zola's spirit is strong, and the ancestors do not forget injustice." "What can I do?" Naya begged. "There is only one way," the witch said. "You must go to the sacred river and confess your sins. Only then may the spirits show you mercy." Terrified, Naya ran to the sacred river, her heart pounding like a drum. She knelt by the water's edge and, for the first time, tears of regret fell from her eyes. "I was wrong," she whispered. "I was blinded by jealousy. I should have loved my sister instead of envying her." The wind howled. The river began to churn. And then, rising from the water, Zola appeared, her form glowing like moonlight on the waves. "Naya," she said, her voice both sorrowful and strong. "You chose darkness over love. Now you must face the judgment of the spirits." Before Naya could speak, the river surged forward. A great wave swallowed her whole, dragging her beneath its depths. She struggled, but it was no use. The river had claimed her. The next morning, Omori awoke with a strange feeling in his chest. As he stepped outside, a name suddenly formed on his lips. Zola. And just like that, the village remembered. The elders gasped as memories of Zola flooded back. Children spoke of her kindness, and the people wept for the sister who had been stolen from them. As for Naya, she was never seen again. Some say the river carried her away to the land of the spirits. Others say she wanders the earth as a restless shadow, forever haunted by the sister she betrayed. But one thing was certain, the baobab tree at the heart of Marangu still whispered Zola's name, ensuring that her story, and the lesson of jealousy's curse, would never be forgotten.